Pastor, how did you know that Pastor Bosse, she was the one for you? And how do people actually know that that's the one, that's the person?
In my own case, I think I needed something more than the ordinary. Maybe that's why God made me to realize the way I realized. So when I tell the story now, I don't want everybody to be looking for the same sign or the same, no, it might be different for everybody.
Pattern.
Yeah, it might not be the same pattern. So in our own case, you know, I was a popular guy already before I met Pastor Bosse. I was I was so popular that I had at least about maybe 10 or 12 ladies that were even saying if they don't marry me, they will never marry anyone again. But one thing helped me, and that was that in Nigeria, when I was growing up there, I heard people taught this, especially in the Deeper Life Church where I gave my life, that you must hear from God before you choose a partner, that God must speak to you about her. So if not for that, I would have chosen one or somebody would have chosen me. But that statement that God must speak to you, that you must hear that this is from God, really helped me. So it helped me to block my heart and to close the door to all the opportunities and all the proposals coming my way. But when I met Pastor Bosse, it's a very funny story because I actually went to that conference with knowing that at least a few people there that were interested in marrying me. But this lady had never really had, you know, she doesn't know me, I didn't know her. And as soon as she walked out from, she was helping in the kitchen, as soon as she walked out from there, you can't believe this, I saw transparency. I saw it was like a ghost, like white, like a fluorescent of light coming from her. She was transparent in holiness and purity and righteousness. It was like she was not a human being. It was like she was an angel. It was like light was coming from her. She was so pure, and the thing was purity and holiness. She was so pure, it just knocked me off my feet. And I thought it was going to be a privilege for me just to get to know her. But I was thinking she must have been married, or either she's married or she's engaged, because there is no way somebody will be emanating so much light and so much purity that nobody will have married her. But I didn't know at that point that it was not everybody seeing her the same way I was seeing her. I thought so God did that for me.
So you thought that everybody
I thought
saw
everybody
the
was,
same.
yes.
But they didn't.
They didn't.
You were the only one?
Yeah, can you imagine?
Wow.
They saw maybe that there was something special about her or something, but they didn't have that strong feeling that I had. They didn't see what I saw. So when I was describing it and talking, I was like, oh, wow. But you knew her. Why did you see that? Nobody saw that.
Wow.
So sometimes when God wants to communicate something to you, He could emphasize and He could amplify a particular quality in the lady for you to really know that that's your partner and not to miss it. Because in my own case, I think the reason why God did that was because I stood a very good chance of missing it. And I was praying a lot about that, not to miss it. It was a prayer point for me for like 5 years before then. So then God helped me. So I saw that this was, so when I just wanted to shake her hand, and I thought that was going to be the biggest privilege in my life. So then I took her telephone. Then I discovered she was not married. Oh, wow. So that time, I was already trying to date another lady. I was actually praying with another lady. And instead of me seeing this other lady I was praying about in my prayers and in my vision, I will begin to see Pastor Bosse. And she was living in another country, but this other lady was living in my town. And I was not even thinking about her. I was only thinking about Pastor Bosse.
Wow.
So for 6 months, this happened. I kept on seeing visions and dreams about her. And even though I was praying for another lady. So I knew for sure that this was my destiny. and God's choice for me. So the second time I met her, I went on my knees. I was there for 3 hours on my knees, and I was asking her to be my wife. Just the second time. I didn't need to waste time. I didn't want to mess around. I wanted her to know that this is serious and it's for real. Yeah.
Wow. So your advice for men, if they are looking forward to start a relationship, what it would be?
First of all, the man must make sure that he is ready. And I think it will be premature for any man to begin to look for a partner if he is not absolutely sure that he is able to care for another person. So the man must be sure that he is able to handle a relationship and care and take care of another person, even if that other person would never go to work or, it would not contribute anything to the marriage. So, so when you know that you are totally ready, and then you must also be ready to bear with the weaknesses and the imperfection of the other person. So once you know that you are absolutely ready and you have read all kind of books that you need to read, then you could begin to ask God for His will for your life. And in my case, I had been praying for like 5 or 6 years when God spoke to me and said, He woke me up from the dream and said, put down what you want. Not the person you want, but what are the qualities you want to see in your future wife. I had read about that before in Young Isho's book, but I didn't believe in it. I said, no, I will not do that. I want the Holy Ghost to pick for me. Then I was sleeping and I heard this in my voice, in my dream. So, what do you want? Put it down. So I wrote down a 10-point list of qualities that I want to see in my future wife. And when I later looked through that list, it was right on. From the ridiculous to from the interesting to the ridiculous, because but they were there.
Wow.